Howdy, folks. I just came in from a trail run, sitting in the squeaky chair. Saw we had a little pond out back. Saw two mama wood ducks with 15 or 20 little ducklings swimming with them. It's pretty cool. But I was thinking as I finished the run, there's got to be a piece that's appropriate for me sitting here all gross and sweaty. And sure enough, there is. So before I go take my shower and do the requisite tick check that you do when you're from around these parts, I'm going to read you a little piece from Million Billion, which is the new one. And again, man, we got a big rush of orders on this just the last 48 hours. Thank you. That's how we feed the family, folks. And the information on where to get the book, whether from your favorite bookseller or from sneezingcow.com, all those copies are signed. I will not sweat on them. Can't tell if this is funny for you to watch or really, really gross. But anyway, thank you so much. And it's also available in ebook, paperback book, whatever, paperback book. Anyway, I'm just going to read this piece because this is very relevant to what I've just been doing. And my glasses are already steaming up. Title of the piece is called Slowfoot. In 5th grade, I found out I wasn't that fast. Hopes were high. I figured myself easily set for a top 3 finish in the 100-yard dash, and if not that, the 40. Perhaps both. I envisioned the blue, possibly red, ribbons tacked to the corkboard in my bedroom. At that stage in my career, I was an academic overachiever. This status peaked around 7th grade, and I somehow assumed this would translate to the track. It was not to be so. I recall churning futilely as several of my classmates motored past. Harley Paulsrud, name slightly changed to spare him being challenged to foot races in his 50s, was no surprise. We all knew he was fast from freeze tag at recess. But when a kid who went to the special reading classroom and was never picked for flag football or included in our jabbering hangouts shot by me to finish in the top 3, I remember being startled in a most petulant and unpretty way. As if acing the spelling test and ingratiating myself to the jabberers had earned me fleet feet. As if that kid deserved to be slower. I recall the visceral gut sink where disappointment met reality. I was also self-conscious in front of my teacher, who I admired and who had just witnessed me in failure. What an important day that was. In the most benign way, it imposed reality on my dreams and my ego. It prepared me to meet people who are more talented than I, both within and without my areas of expertise, who write more beautifully than I, who sell more books than I, people who understand electricity or turn the wrench in the right direction the first time or buy the right spark plug on the first try, people who come out of nowhere and beat me at my own game. Later in high school, I discovered distance running. Turns out, while I was a slow-mo sprinter, I had decent ability in the mile. At my peak, I could run it in under 5 minutes. I learned what it felt like to cross the finish line first now and then. I even won a conference championship. But just up the road from me were 2 other runners named Cole and Al. We went to different schools and were in different conferences, but we trained together. Every day in practice, their times were better than mine. Every time we ran, I trailed them. At the end of the season, I would finish first or second in my regional competition and move to sectionals, where I would face off with Cole and Al, who finished 1-2 in their regional. Only the top 2 finishers in sectionals went to state. Every year, I watched from the final turn as Cole and Al crossed the line ahead of me. I knew I had trained and run as hard as I could. I knew there are some distances all the visualization and extra miles and positive thinking in the world won't bridge. That sometimes losing isn't losing. No, wait, it is losing. But in losing, you can gather information. And not quit, but rather tighten your focus. Arrive at the finish line long after the string is snapped. But stay on pace, looking for another race. Yeah, man, Al and Cole just couldn't beat them. Whenever I, saw those inspirational posters, like, just think positive, try harder. I was like, no, dude, they are just faster than me every single day. So, it's all right. All right, it's really long past time for a shower. So hang in there. Forward. not necessarily forward at a sub 5 minute mile pace, but forward.